Howdy friends, welcome to episode number 9. It is now after midnight, and it is a work night, or I suppose a work morning, but I do want to squeeze in one more episode before I go to bed, especially because I probably will not have any time to play tomorrow night. Maybe a little bit, but even that is a stretch. So I did train Rod up to level 12. Not quite as high as I was hoping, but did what I could. I do want to face some more of these trainers here first, just to get a little more experience, since I think we might be facing the Goldenrod Gym in this episode. Honestly, you guys know more than I do because you can see the episode title, and I don't know what the episode title will be yet. So, I did teach Rod Rock Tomb, one of the TMs we had in our bag. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use it now. So what Rock Tomb does, it's not completely accurate. I think it's a 50 base power, 80% accurate move. Obviously it's rock type, but if it hits, it does lower your opponent's speed. And I was a little worried that this Psyduck, being 2 levels higher, might be faster, but thankfully it is not. Rod, well, it is Rod, but Heracross is a fairly fast Pokemon. It's kind of in the middle of the pack speed-wise, but it's a fully evolved Pokemon. So to speak, it's in its final stage. So for this stage in the game, it actually has very good speed. That being said, I did look up... What happened there? Oh, it used Disable. Alright, Rock Tomb it is then. Hit the wrong button. And luckily it hit. So I checked Rod's nature, and Rod is Sassy, which is plus special defense and lower speed. Not really a good nature for a Heracross, but I'm not too worried about it. Nature isn't really that important. If it was like minus attack or plus special attack, then yes, I would probably catch a different Heracross, but Sassy I can live with. So Aerial Ace is actually a pretty good move. Let's go ahead and forget... let's forget Endure. I don't think I'll be using that one. I can't really think of too many scenarios where it would be useful. Aerial Ace, on the other hand, is a fairly decent flying type attack. Sure. I remember in Gold and Silver it was really annoying once everybody had your phone number because the text appeared on screen and you had to just A button through it before you could get on with your journey, so it was really, really annoying. At least here, when the phone rings, I can choose not to answer it, so I'm a little more comfortable giving out my number. And that is a police officer. What's with you? What are you doing? They tend to use Growlithe and Hoot Hoot, I seem to recall. Policeman Keith. Yep, there's the Growlithe. That's not good. Wow, that's definitely not good. Intimidate is an ability that, as you can see, lowers your opponent's attack stat. It's one of the best abilities in the game, actually. Alright, so I want to switch into Olive, but I don't want Olive to switch into a powerful attack, like a Bite or an Ember. So let's start with Sandshrew. Again, I'm using Sandshrew as a kind of free switch here, just like I used Togepi and some others as a free switch in our battle with Bugsy. So now I can bring in Togepi, but it's a clean start. Growlithe is still probably faster, but then it gets just one attack before I get to attack back, and not 2. Let's use Yawn. I think putting it to sleep would be a really good idea, and he only has one Pokemon, so he can swap. Alright, so I do have to survive one more attack before Growlithe falls asleep. But Togepi has a pretty thick shell, and Growlithe didn't bother attacking anyway, so that wasn't too bad. Honestly, at first I was thinking I would stay in with Heracross, and let's go with Metronome, see what happens. It'd be so cool if I got something like Dream Eater, where it only works on the sleeping Pokemon. Glare, it paralyzes them, but he's already asleep. Oh, and now he's awake. I probably should have just used some extra sensories. Oh, and I'm burned. Okay. No more Metronome then, because Burn is kind of like Poison, but it's even worse because it halves my attack stat. So if I use Metronome and get a physical attack, it won't do very much damage. Plus, Togepi has really bad attack to begin with. And my Modest Nature decreases it even further. I could use Charm to decrease Growlithe's attack, but it knows Ember, which is a special attack, so that wouldn't really help there. Alright, so let's use Extrasensory, and because I'm not faster, I can't actually flinch Growlithe. So that's not an option either. Critical hit, alright. I will certainly take that, though. And both of our lower level Pokemon got some experience there. You don't have to worry about the night when you're with strong Pokemon. I'm pretty sure that the policemen only fight you at night. I guess because you shouldn't be out at night. The group stealing other people's Pokemon seems to be growing lately. You should be careful too. I certainly will, and here's the daycare man. Ah, it's you. Good to see you. Your Ghastly and Geodude are doing just fine. The two play with other Pokemon rather than with each other. That basically means that our Pokemon will not produce an egg together. Breeding is a mechanic that was also introduced in Generation 2 and of course makes a return in these Generation 4 remakes. That's actually how I got my current Togepi. Abra. I feel like Abra is going to teleport away as soon as we start this because Abra is very fast. But let's go for it. Yep. Alright, worth a try. Abra is very hard to catch and train, but worth it if you can get one. And if you have a friend to trade with, so you can get an Alakazam. I think this is the last trainer we haven't fought yet on this route. And I know I said I would go back to the other routes early on and explore some more on my own, but that never really ended up happening, so probably just going to skip it at this point. Alright, so we are against a Hoppip, which is a Grass and Flying type. Rock Tomb and Aerial Ace are both super effective. Rock is good against Flying, Aerial Ace is good against Grass, but Aerial Ace is much more accurate. Not only does it have perfect accuracy, it's actually a guaranteed hit move, just like whatever that grass type move was that I didn't learn. Magical Leaf, I think it's called. And she has another grass type, very nice. We can rack up some more XP. The reason that Ghastly and Hoothoot cannot have an egg together is because they are not in the same egg group. All Pokemon are characterized by egg group. And unless they're in the, I forgot what it's called, the Undiscovered Egg group, or whatever the one is where you can't make eggs, every other one can produce eggs with other Pokemon in the same egg group. Well, unless they're like genderless, then they have to be with Ditto. Alright, level 14. Pretty good. Okay, fine. There's almost too many trainers who give out their number. Like, one per route I think would be enough. Alright, we already faced that guy. I think that's all there is. So let's head back to Goldenrod and start exploring. Level 13. Even the wild Pokemon are almost the same level I am. But I wouldn't want a Rattata. They might be okay now, especially once they evolve into Raticate, but by the time you get to like the 5th or 6th gym, Raticate would be kind of outmatched. You'd have to really have it outlevel your opponents to stay relevant. Fun fact, in my very first Pokemon game ever, Pokemon Blue, I trained Eradicate. And I actually really enjoyed playing with it because it learned like Blizzard and Thunderbolt. It was a really diverse moveset. But not a good Pokemon overall, if I'm being perfectly honest. Let's heal up real quick. So, getting back to what I was saying before, Ghastly and Geodude are not in the same egg group, so they cannot produce an egg together. I was thinking they might be like in the same like field group or something weird like that, but nah. It also helps too if your Pokemon are from different original trainers. So if your friend trades you a Pokemon and you breed with one of yours, they produce eggs much faster. I think foreign language Pokemon are also even faster of a bonus. Not sure what the developers are trying to say there. Alright, Game Corner. Let's go explore the Game Corner. Very fancy. Oh, this isn't the Game Corner. This is the Pokemon Club. My name is Mr. Game. My heart pounds with excitement when people enjoy my coin game. In fact, it's what I live for. You look like quite a challenger. Why don't you play my coin game? I guess this is the Game Corner. Okay, they just completely redesigned it. Sure. We have a coin case. Very nice. Now I'm a little worried. Where's the, is it over here? Where is the coin? Oh, I guess I sit against him. Alright. Okay, good. So it's kind of a card game. I think they were trying to kind of get around the gambling restriction. They didn't want the game to count as gambling. I think they might have run into some challenges with that over in Japan. So the earlier games still have a lot of really cool mini games in the game corners. It's a really shame that I get why they're doing it, but I mean, this isn't gambling. It's not real money. If it's not real money, it shouldn't fall under any kind of gambling law. Why take away a nice kid's mini game when you're for some law that really is for something else? I really have no idea how to play this. Let's get some game info. How to play. Alright, you flip over coins. They're hiding the numbers 1 through 3. They give you that many coins. And then you multiply. Okay, nice. But if you get a Voltorb, it's game over. Gotcha. Okay. Right, because if you get a 1, that's just kind of baseline. Because anything times 1 is still 1, so it's the 2 and 3s you want. Different levels. I wonder if when you quit, you reset the level. Probably. What's the hint? The numbers give you a clue. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, so it's like a math game. Oh, I see. So there's a number at the top, which I guess is, I don't know if it's additive or multiplicative. What is memos? Oh, you can make notes. Oh, that's cool. So there's actually a lot of thought that went into this. I wonder if this is like based on like some kind of old Japanese game like Sudoku. It's not Sudoku, but that same kind of game idea. All right, let's go ahead and play. Do I have any coins? I have no idea if I have any coins. So let's just go ahead and start. So you can see that this row has probably a lot of cards and it has no Voltorb, so we might as well go flip everything in this row. 1 times 1 is still 1. Alright. So this last one is probably a 2. Yeah. So I think the 7 on the right means that this entire row adds up to 7. So far, so good. I kind of like that this has some thought to it, too. It's not just pure luck like the old games were. Because what they really ended up being is more just play them a while, get some coins, save the game, and keep replaying. And if you lost, you just turned off the game. Not that I would admit to doing that. Alright, so because there was 0 Voltorb, this was also a free row. So now at this point, we want to go for the ones that have the most benefit for the least risk. So this row I don't want to do because 3 of them are Voltorb. One's a 2, but 3 are Voltorb. This one is 1 Voltorb, this one is 1, this one is 1, but this one has 7 points. So, and this one only has 1 Voltorb and is worth 6 points. So it's probably not a Voltorb. Alright, it's not. 16 coins, we're doing well. I wonder how much it costs to play. Maybe it doesn't cost anything. Maybe you just have to do this to kind of like grind coins. I don't remember this at all. I'm sure I played it at some point, but it is not bringing back any kind of recollection. Alright, all or nothing here. Let's see, we could go with any of these two. But this one only has 1 Voltorb, so... Alright, just a 1. Now let's see if I can do any like math here. So this guy... so there's 3... one of these has to be a 3, because one's a Voltorb, and they have to equal 7. So one of these is a Voltorb, and one of these is a 3. But I have no way of knowing which is which yet. So it is part strategy, but it's definitely part luck. So these guys both have 2 Voltorbs. It's very likely that these 2 are Voltorbs, but it's not guaranteed. Whereas this one, only one of these is a Voltorb. And there's 1, 2, and there's a couple 1s. I feel like if I was like a supercomputer I could figure this out, but I don't have that kind of brain power to, or that kind of time to compute all the different variables here. Or all the different variations. So I think I'm just going to have to risk it. Only one of these is a Voltorb. So this is a 2 and 4 chance. These have 1 and 3. This also has 2 and 4. So my best bet is one of these two. But this has better payoff because there's a 6. 1, okay. So that doesn't get us any more coins, but it does kind of narrow things down. That means that one of these is a Voltorb, and one of these is a 1. So there's no use getting anything in this row. Let's think about this. This guy has 3 Voltorb and only 2 points. So that means there's only one more 1 in this row. So it could be this guy. There's a good chance it's this guy. But I don't really, it doesn't help me to figure that out. I think I might need to take another risk. I can make an educated guess at what some of these are just by probability, but I don't think I can actually deduce anything yet. Hopefully you guys don't mind me playing this mini game. I think it's kind of an interesting diversion. I promise I won't spend the whole episode doing this, but I would like to see how many coins we can get. And I may come back here to grind some coins in off camera. So this one is still my best bet. This only has 1 Voltorb. I'm gonna go for it. Oh, but it's right there. Well, I get 0 coins. Okay. All that for nothing. Maybe I should have quit while I was ahead. So there's the reveal of the board. Alright, I'm gonna go again because that was unfortunate. And this is a lot of fun, to be honest. Alright. Plenty of options here. So one thing to do would be just to play it safe by going for only the zeros and then quitting. That'd be an easy, quick way to grind some coins. But it's a lot less fun, and because they multiply, it's probably not the most efficient way. It probably is better to go for it. Okay, so those were our freebies. I wonder if there's always a freebie. This row has only 1 Voltorb, and this guy only has 1 Voltorb. And it's not that guy, so we're at 18. We're doing better than last time. But I want to go for like at least 1 more 2. And if I get a 3, that'd be great. Okay, so what else can I do? If I go for one of these 3 or one of these 3, they have a 1 in 3 chance. And because I already used 3 there, I don't think there's really going to be much of a profit left. So there's 1 Voltorb and there's going to be 2 1s, so these are useless. What kind of memo notes do I have? I need like a blank note that just, I don't want to like leave one of these guys on it because I don't really know what it is. Like one of these is a 1, one of these is a Voltorb and 2 of these are a 1. I just don't know which are which. But basically I don't need to pick these for the rest of the game. This guy, is he the same thing? No. He's much, okay, I definitely don't want to pick anything in this row because that's a 3 out of 4 chance of being a Voltorb. This guy is only a 1 in 4 chance of being a Voltorb. And if I go for this one, it's like it's a pretty low chance because each row only has 1 Voltorb. So let's go for that. All right, it's a 1. So it doesn't help me, but it doesn't hurt me either. I really like kind of, this game's not too complicated, but it has a lot going for it. A lot of things to consider. So this guy still only has 1 Voltorb, and there's a very good chance it's this guy. Roughly 3 out of 4. But I'm not sure there's a lot to gain here either. Alright, no 1. So I'm pretty sure this is a Voltorb and this is a 1, or it could be this is a something else and this is a Voltorb. Either way, I shouldn't really go for any of these 3 anymore. And I really shouldn't go for anything in this row. So what else could I flip that would be fairly safe? This has a 1 in 3 chance. But the other 2 of the... No, there's a... So these 2 are 1s. There's no use picking that. So let's see. And this one's also a 1 as well. Because it has to be to equal that 3. Which means there's only like 1 more 2 or 1 more 3 on the board. And it's a, let's see, there's 1 Voltorb. It's a 2, and it's somewhere in this row. I might be able to do some logic now and figure this out. So, okay. So there's 1 more 2 in one of these 3 spots. Hopefully you guys could follow with that. I know that was probably maybe a little hard to follow. But I'm pretty sure that I'm correct that one of these is a 2. This one has 2 Voltorbs and 2 other numbers. So those other 2 numbers have to be 1 in order for it to get the 3. So it's not that one. This one has 2 Voltorbs and 2 other numbers. Also has to be 1. This has got to be it. Because this has 1 Voltorb and 2 other spots. So if it's 1, Voltorb 3, this is it. Bam, got it. And the game is clear. Alright, sweet. Got plenty of coins. Oh, so I think what's going to happen now is I get to go to the next level, which hopefully has better multipliers. Yes, level 2, let's do it. Same multipliers, but I guess maybe it starts to get better in the third round. But I don't think I lose my coins. I think I just go back to level 1 if I lose. That would be my guess, at least. So let's go for these, because there's no Voltorbs here. And we're going to get a lot of points. It's a shame my 36 can't be multiplied. That'd be nice if you could just keep going. That'd be awesome, in fact. But, I guess this works, too. We'll still get a few more coins. Alright, so we've cleared all those. Again, I think it's going to be much more efficient just to do some risks here. This only has 1 Voltorb and has a lot of coins. This only has 1 Voltorb and has a lot of coins. Let's go for it. Oh, and it's the Voltorb again! Oh well. Yeah. Do I go back to level 1 now? No, I don't, so I guess I can keep going until I actually leave the game. Let me try just a little bit more. After this round, whatever you want to call it, I promise I'll quit. But, it's free coins, so I want to end on a high note. Whenever I play games like this, I always want to end on a high note. Okay, there's no free columns. That's not a guarantee. This guy is 8, though, and only one of these is a Voltorb. So I want to choose one of these. This is more beneficial. And it's a Voltorb again. Alright. I'm going to keep going until I don't hit a Voltorb. I'm not going to try to clear the whole board, but I do at least want to get, like, let's say 30 more coins. So this guy is all going to be 1s. That's kind of useless. This guy will get me some bonus multipliers. Alright, 3 coins. Not great. This seems like a good one to go for. 3 coins. Sweet. Okay. So we're at 9. There's only 1 Voltorb here. But then there's 2 other 1s. Because that would equal the 8. So there's no reason to go for any of these 3. This guy, there's a 2 somewhere in this row. This guy has 2 Voltorb. There's a 2 somewhere in this row. And what about you? There's only 1s in this row. Because that's what you need to equal the 3 there. So there's 2 2s left on the board, and they're in this row and this row. And or is one? No, okay. This one's a 6. So let's think this through. There's only 1 Voltorb. There's 2 spots. They both have to be 1s. So I think this is our last 2. If I did that right. I didn't do that right. I must have messed up something there. It was to the left of me. Okay. I know I'm going on more than I thought. Okay. Let's just kind of guess here. 1. This is a bad board. Don't like this one at all. Let's try to get at least 10 points. Now I'll quit. This is 05. This is 04, but this is... Okay. Ah. That was a bad board anyway. Okay. I'm gonna make this my last one no matter what, because I know you guys are probably getting tired of watching me do this. I should do like a whole bonus video where that's all I do. This is a lot of fun. I'll definitely be doing it some in my spare time. Especially because the Game Corner actually has good prizes. I take back what I say about the gambling. I don't know if they added this because of that restriction or if they just wanted to make something a little more skill-based. But this is a lot of fun. Is this what you're expecting? What? Oh, Voltorb? No, not what I was expecting. I was hoping for a lot better, clearly. Alright, well, I did say I'd quit, so... I am not a gambling addict. A gaming addict maybe, but not a gambling addict. So that was fun. Where are the prizes at? These 2 guys do. So you can get some Pokemon, including a Dratini. If you don't mind playing this little mini game, 2100 wouldn't be that hard. It would take you, a little while. But if you're doing something else while playing, or listening to music maybe, because you would want to concentrate. Dratini at this stage in the game would be a great Pokemon. It evolves into actually my favorite Pokemon of all time, a Dragonite. We are not going to train one because Dragonite is not Generation 2. And we already trained Dragonite in my Pokemon Red Let's Play. But Still a great Pokemon to have. So there's some great TMs here. Oh, excuse me. Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, Swords Dance, all amazing moves, but they do take a lot of coins. It's kind of a shame you can't buy coins, because that was what I was saving up my money for. That used to be really great. But I wanted to see what other prizes they had. So a few items. Wide Lens increases accuracy by a bit, I think, or maybe critical chance. Zoom Lens increases your accuracy, but only when you move second. Metronome increases the damage of moves you use over and over again. There's actually a Pokemon that we're going to have, like, I'll just go ahead and say a Togekiss, that might be a decent item for. And Silk Scarf increases the damage of normal type moves. Also a pretty good item to have. I might seriously consider buying that one. It would be good at this stage in the game, but maybe not later on. So not a good long-term investment. Alright, well, we have spent way too long in that little gaming area there. This is indeed a big town. Let's check out this house, and then we're going to go to the underground. I actually forgot that was the thing. Oh, so this is Bill's house. He's in the Pokemon Center in Ekrutik. We'll have to go visit him there when we get to that city. One of these days. Alright, that is a shame though, because coins were a good way to kind of use all your extra money. Oh, I know who this is. And it meant you didn't have to sit there and gamble all day. You could kind of just play the game, beat other trainers, and use that money to buy the cool prizes there. When you follow this tunnel, you'll see a dress-up shop. That's where your Pokemon can put on accessories to dress up and take pictures. By the way, here's the fashion case. Did you say you want it? I knew it. It's a present. Yeah, I don't really want to play dress-up. I'm not really a fan of dressing up my Pokemon. It might improve their friendship, in which case I might be kind of interested. But I don't think we're really going to mess with that. There are shops and trainers. I am more interested in the trainers, although the shops could actually sell some good battle items too. Let's start by facing this guy. He got booted out of the game corner. He kept winning the new game. I wonder if he's a super nerd. Yes, he is. And since I also enjoyed that game, I'm not sure what that says about me, but I didn't keep winning, so I thought I had it all figured out, and apparently I was not putting enough thought into it. Alright, so Horn Attack is 65 power, Aerial Ace is 60, so Horn Attack is a little bit better. And we do not get same type attack bonus on either. Rod is a bug and fighting type. Unfortunately, I do not yet know any bug or fighting type moves. I did consider giving him Rock Smash. I actually came really close to doing it. I was really thinking about it, but it would be such a long time before I could get rid of Rock Smash. And I think he can learn other fighting type attacks while leveling up. So I'm just going to wait and learn a fighting type attack normally. Because as soon as I get another fighting type attack, it's going to be better than Rock Smash, so it's kind of a waste. And honestly, if Rock Smash is base 40, then even with Stab, it's only essentially base 60. So Horn Attack is still better. The only time it would be a more useful attack is if I'm against like a Rock type, in which case Fighting is super effective. And Normal is not very effective. Lots of missing. Come on, Rod, you can do it. Just one more attack. I could switch him out for a different Pokemon. Oh, wow. In fact, you know what? I should have switched to Togepi a long time ago. I'm going to split the experience a bit, but Olive could use some XP as well. And Grimer is weak to extrasensory. That's why I should have switched. Once we get out of this, I think I will use a potion. Like I said, I won't use in-battle items, at least not if I can help it. But I don't mind healing them between battles because I could have just run back to the Pokemon Center anyway. It just saves me the trip. Arrgh. That was me grumbling as him, not just me randomly grumbling. Nope, don't want to save. I keep doing that. The bag option must be here in like a different version because I keep doing that. At least that's my excuse. Yeah, we have plenty of potions. Let's go ahead and use just one on Rod, because that'll heal him up most of the way. Alright, let's see what other battles we can get into here in the underground. This Pokemon just got a haircut. I think the haircut brothers are only here on certain days of the week, but if they are, I'd certainly like to give one of my Pokemon a haircut as well. Okay, so now would be a good time to use a fighting type attack, because it would be super effective, so it actually would be better, even though Lickitung doesn't resist Horn Attack. Just having one or the other, either super effective or Horn Attack being not very effective, would make Rock Smash better. So hopefully it won't be too much longer before we learn a fighting type attack. And it would be especially great to learn it in the next few levels because the third gym is a normal type gym. Ah! Once again, that was me reading the game and not just making strange noises. Any other trainers up here? There are quite a few. Let's do it. Do you consider the Pokemon types in battle? If you know about the different types of Pokemon, you'll do better in battle. Thank you. Tell me something I didn't know. He has a weird, like, Robo Pikachu. Oh, this isn't great. Okay, Magnemite. Unlike Generation 1, Magnemite is a electric and steel type. So all of my attacks are not going to be very effective. Once again, this is a condition where Rock Smash would have been better. But to be honest, I don't have a move on my entire team that Magnemite or really any steel type would not resist. So I'm just going to go for it. Let's go with Horn Attack. On the bright side, Magnemite's only level 7, so yeah, that still did a lot of damage. Thunder Shock, let's hope it doesn't paralyze me. Heracross can have two abilities, Swarm or Guts. Both of them are good abilities, so I don't really mind either way. This Heracross has Swarm. What Swarm does, it's very similar to Bayleaf's Overgrow ability. So Bayleaf's Overgrow ability makes its grass attacks do more damage. I think it's 50% more whenever Bayleaf has a third or less of its health left. Swarm is the exact same thing, but for bug attacks instead of grass attacks. Anytime Rod has less than a third of its HP left, its bug type attacks will do more damage. Unfortunately, Rod does not know any bug type attacks, but we'll have to fix that when we can. We are getting a little low on power points. Even though Horn Attack has a lot, we do eventually wear out. The good news is that even though we'll eventually be getting stronger attacks with less power points, we'll also have more Pokemon, so we can rotate them out more frequently. And that'll kind of solve that issue. I mentioned a while ago that power points really aren't a consideration when choosing moves. You should still choose the better move in almost all scenarios. But sometimes you'll have a choice between like Fire Blast and Flamethrower, where Fire Blast is a little less accurate, but also more powerful, so you could really make a good case either way. Like when it's Thunderbolt or Thunder, I'd much rather have Thunderbolt, because Thunderbolt's 100% accuracy, whereas... It's an Olive. Whereas Thunder's only 70, so it's a big difference. Whereas Fire Blast versus Flamethrower is a much smaller difference. And when that's the case, power points could be like the deciding factor because it's so close otherwise. So in that case, I would choose Flamethrower because not only is it more accurate, it also has higher power points, even though it has lower power. So it's kind of a 2 out of 3 situation there. And in that case, the amount of power points sort of acts as a tiebreaker when making that decision, at least for me. If you guys like Fire Blast, go for it and have fun. So luckily, Voltorb did not use Sonic Boom again, because Sonic Boom is a very good move at this level. It does 20 power no matter what. We do have a revive, but I'm going to save it. Let me just go ahead and power up Olive, or heal Olive rather, and move Olive out to the front, and then we will finish up with the underground. So Heracross's other ability is called Guts. And if Rod had Guts there, that battle might have gone differently. What Guts does is anytime your Pokemon has a status condition, so like a real status condition where it has the words on the screen, not just like confusion. So it has to be like poisoned, or burned, or asleep. anytime that happens, you get a 1-stage attack boost. So all your attacks, all your physical attacks at least, do, let's use Yawn, do 50% more damage. So in that case, if Heracross gets poisoned or paralyzed or burned, it does still take the damage from the poison or burn, or the slow or chance to not attack from paralyze, but at least you get a benefit of having an attack boost. So that's really nice. One strategy back in the day when Heracross was popular was to give it the item Toxic Orb or Burn Orb, which burn or poison your own Pokemon. And you might be thinking, why would I ever want to poison or burn my own Pokemon? Well, Guts is one of the reasons why. Pin Missile's lucky, it's a bug type attack, so it's super effective. Still a really sucky attack though. Another benefit of Guts is that normally if your Pokemon is burned, their attack is halved. If a Pokemon has Guts, it ignores that downside. So if you're burned, your attack is increased from Guts, but it's not decreased from the normal status effect of the burn. You do, however, still take damage from the burn itself, so it's not all good. Dragon Dance, that's my favorite status move. It increases your attack and speed, all with one ability, which is great, because usually after one speed boost, your Pokemon will outspeed any of your opponent's Pokemon, and the attack boost is just icing on the cake. It is a great, great move. Let's keep metronoming. Slowpoke is still asleep, so why not? Meteor Mash, another great move. Unfortunately, it's not very effective. It's a great Steel-type move that's really the signature move of Metagross, a Generation 3 Pokemon, and one of my favorite Generation 3 Pokemon. Really Slowpoke, giving me a taste of my own medicine here. Let's go ahead and see if Extrasensory will finish it off. I really hope so. But I'm guessing it won't. Oh, not quite. It's close. And now Togepi's asleep. I would figure the one time I want to like end the episode and get to sleep, the battle goes on and on and on. I suppose it would have gone a little faster if I had just gone for the Extrasensories, but Metronome is just so much fun. In fact, it's so much fun, and Slowpoke is so weak, I'm just going to go for it again. Another interesting strategy, speaking of sleep, for Heracross, because Heracross does get the Guts boost even when it's asleep. And you might be saying, well, if it's asleep, how can it attack? Well, there are two attacks that allow you to attack while you're asleep. Snore, which is just a weak normal type attack, or Sleep Talk, which chooses one of your other attacks randomly. So a strategy back in the day was to teach Heracross like Rest and let's go ahead and yawn. Yeah, I feel you, Slowpoke. I feel like yawning myself. Was to teach Heracross a moveset like I think it was Rest, Sleep Talk, Close Combat, and Mega Horn. So that's a really great bug stab attack, a really great fighting stab attack. Sleep Talk, which randomly chooses one of your other moves, and Rest. So when you got hurt, you would use Rest, heal all the way up, and then use Sleep Talk, which meant you could use, it would be random, you couldn't choose, but you could randomly use Mega Horn or Close Combat with a 50% attack boost. Trick Room, that makes slower Pokemon faster. But he was already slower, so that really didn't do so good for me. Alright, we have 2 more Metronomes. If that doesn't work, I'll just start using whatever it's called. Camouflage, I think that changes my type or something. Not even sure. Dark Pulse, that's a good move. That's a great move, actually. Super effective, high damage, that is a one-shot. Good job, Olive. And she gets lots of well-earned XP there. Alright, last thing I want to do is see if we can get a haircut. He's the older and better brother. Not sure if he really is better. I think so, though. I think he charges more, but also his haircuts will increase your Pokemon's friendliness more. So, all my Pokemon are important to me. Rod is fainted, so I don't know if you can give him a haircut or not while they're fainted. That'd be kind of weird if a Pokemon's passed out and you're giving it a haircut. Cherry, I think, likes me a lot already, and more importantly, Olive will evolve when she likes me enough. So let's go ahead and give Olive a nice little haircut. Not sure if Togepi has any hair, but we'll say it's grooming in general. Alright, thank you for giving Togepi a haircut. Olive looks very happy. poking at garbage. Don't do that, Togepi, please. That's not safe. But alright, this episode has gone on for quite a while. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it nonetheless. I know we spent a lot of it at the Game Corner, but when we come back, I think there is a very, very good chance that we will be taking on the Goldenrod Gym. So that should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it, and I will see you all then.